And this is what's really on the asteroid. That's what NASA hides. This image is this image right here. Look, this is what's on the asteroid. That's why they blur and destroy the image so bad. Because it's all these sculptures. Look at that. It's sculpted. Big time. Intricate sculptures. It's shocking. This is shocking. Look at that. That's the image that they posted. This is the initial work I did, lowering the brightness and the backlight. Look the difference between that image right there and this one. Look, that's the initial image. That's how it was. Now look at this. That's what's on the asteroid. Imagine that. From this I mean, that's just a tiny portion of that deal. Look how the geometry is so perfect. My golly, look at that. It looks metallic, shiny and everything. Look, that looks like a dude standing up with the hand extended, holding a ball. Look at that right there. He has a face and everything. Well, it looks like a face, but really that's all hands, fingers and shit. Same thing. It's all made with hands. It might represent something, but it's all made with hands. That's the insane part. Everything is done with that geometry of hands. Look at this deal right there. It almost look like a, I don't know, a freaking palm tree. It almost look like, but it's not, none of that. That's all there is, a hand holding another hand. I've seen this so many times in so many places that it's just incredible. This image right here is how I know about this. This is how I know about all these sculptures. Because you see the exact same thing right here, look. There's the same thing that was in the image, or sort of. I look like a dude with a horn, a pair of horns on his head. Look, right there. It looked like it had a pair of horns. Like that. One eye, another eye. But when you really study the image, and you see nothing is true, none of that is none of that. This is a hand right here, the 4 fingers, and there's the thumb right here. It's a hand, and then all these little, it's all made with hands, all of it. That's the insane part. And then look at, this is how I decoded the image. That's a pair of hands right here, like that. Extended. And that's the thumb. That dude with the horn head is a thumb for that hand. And there's two of them. It's like it repeats right here. It continues here in like a fractal. It's like two hands like that. And you can see the wrist. But this geometry has two round things here that resemble a dude on a motorcycle. You can see the figure here. It makes that figure of a dude here with a, like that, sitting down. And you can see the legs and everything. I mean, it's insane. It's done with hands, all of it. This thing right here is what I'm saying. It looks like that. It's like sceneries of something that, wherever that moon was, there is carved with sceneries, illusory sceneries that when you look at this image at a certain distance, you start seeing group of entities doing something. I mean, it's like a freaking, it's like a movie, really. And that looked like some kind of reptile with teeth like that. And then there is some kind of frog-looking thing coming out of this, jumping out of the mouth, right here. And it looked like that, but when you really look at it and see, and you see, that's what I thought at first. It was a reptilian something. I say, oh, that moon is full of reptilian things, and no, there is nothing like that, man. It's illusory, it's illusion. This is our hands. All these things are hands. Grabbing, it's always the same thing, grabbing something. Hands. That's what it took me so long to figure this out. It's just, and it made faces, you can see ghostly faces among all that crazy deal. And these are like buttercup flowers. This thing, they are all like this. That's what they look like, flowers, but they're not. It's all hands, all these things that look like buttercup flowers. There. I mean, like I said, this image is so amazing. I spent hours and hours looking at it. A certain distance is where you can see things. You cannot see it directly, but like your peripheral view, then you start seeing things. Oh my goodness, look at that! There's a bunch of dudes standing around in a meeting, doing something. But you cannot. It's like I say, it's illusory. And then you see all these crazy looking deals there with eyes. It looked like it had eyes like that. But when you see how it's made, these are hands. I mean, all of it is made with that, with hands, all of it. I don't care how you look at it. When you see it up close and you see those are all fingers going and repeating, and like right here. Look right here. These are two hands. Right here. Look, two hands facing each other like this. And then they repeat here again, look. And then it becomes bigger and bigger. It's incredible, man, how they have done that. It's just, like I said, I've never seen anything like it. But that's how it is on every single planet and moon. I find the same thing. It's just repeating different colors, very colorful. That image is a true image. Very high resolution, because even after you enlarge it, you can see details. So the original image must to be super badass. And then not only that, but look how the alignment right here. This thing is aligned. And then you see this geometry, like a triangle, but really that is a finger that bends like that. And it's a fingernail. That right there. But it takes long time to looking at the image to start seeing all of it. And you see this is an enormous face, some kind of like a reptilian looking face. Right here. I mean, it gives you that illusion of a reptilian entity that has this, but it's all made, like I say, with hand, and that's not any freaking entity. It's just a hand and an enormous, made out of hundreds of smaller hands in every which way. You can see it here. The same geometry. I mean, it all it takes is to study the image in a big monitor, a big monitor like mine, 55-inch or more. You're not gonna see any of that in a small monitor or a laptop. I mean, forget about phones or tablets. You're not gonna see none of it. That's why all these investigators and the viewers that are looking at this video, they cannot figure nothing out, because they just don't have the view capability, I guess. You see, look, that looks like a guy with a hand extended and a rifle, some kind of weapon, and that's his head, and he's in a foxhole. There's another one right here, look at it. That looks like a dude or some animal or something with the paws in front. But when you, like I say, when you study the image, then you realize all of that are hands. The same way, like I say. You have to enlarge the image to really see details. Then you see it's always the four fingers and the thumb. Then you see it here again the same way. I mean, it's, like I say, it's difficult to explain it because this is so freaking complicated. It's simple and complicated at the same time. It's difficult, man, difficult. You have to have a huge ass monitor, 55-inch or better, to see what I'm seeing. Then you will say, oh, I see what you're talking about. Ah, wow. I'm serious. I used to see reptilian